morning, morning, good morning, morning.
Hi, good morning, of course. Welcome back to Tobago Updates Television. And we are here talking sport this morning. But you know, I found very interesting. Naked Glow Night Mass. Watch me, I didn't plan to play carnival or be a part of the carnival, they say, no, but when I hear that Naked Glow Night Mass thing there, I think I want to jump out, yes? Looking for a free ticket. Talk to the band leader there and talk to Lavian about getting involved in that Naked Glow Night Mass. Not that I'm going to be naked there, but I mean, I want to be a part of that movement there. But yeah, we're talking sport this morning. And I have on my TKR jersey because very soon we're going to be talking about CPL. But today we're talking about the Trinidad and Tobago under 14 football team. Yes, they are going to be participating in the CFU Boys U14 Challenge Series. And guess what's the interesting and exciting news? That the team, their group will be playing in Tobago, right here in Tobago. And guess what? We have 5 Tobago players on that national team, unprecedented. And it says something about the development of the sport here in Tobago. And on set with me this morning, 4 of those players are from the Ball Blasters. It's 5. All 5 are from Ball Blasters. I don't want to actually, downplay your blessings in that sense, but I'm talking to the managing director of the Ball Blasters Football Academy. And folks, we are trying also to get the national coach, that's Denzel Theobald, online. So once he gets online and he will join us, just to get a feel of what's the mood in the camp. And they are playing in beautiful Tobago. And you know when the national team plays in Tobago, it's all good things.
Yes.
Right? I remember back in 2001, Downy, when we had the World Cup here.
That's right.
All the teams spoke so highly of Tobago and the hospitality, and they like the vibes here in Tobago. So I'm happy that the organizers would have chosen Tobago as the destination for the national team to play here.
That's right.
And I know I invite you to this morning because I'm sure that the Ball Blasters Academy, the management and the whole camp, they are in a good mood. Obviously being the team in spotlight. The club in spotlight, given the fact that you have 5 players. Tell me about your vibe. How are you feeling as managing director and about the mood in the camp as well?
Well, of course, we are extremely elated.
Yeah.
We give God thanks for that, Marcus. But it's a dream come true. This is something that we have always envisioned, and in the early stage of Ball Blasters Youth Academy, we wanted to ensure that we created an environment where we can have players coming from Tobago representing the national team on a consistent basis. And we would like to do so across all age groups, because I believe that Tobago have a lot of talent. I believe Tobago have a lot of great clubs. We just need a good system in place to ensure that the players can showcase their skill and their ability, and it can be seen on a national stage. And of course, this happened to the boys, and they grasped the opportunity. And here they are today representing Tobago.
Yeah, fantastic. So let's talk about the boys. Just give me their names. And after you give me the names, I want to go back to the parents, because you see, when it comes to under 14 youth football, it's a discussion in the public space right about now, especially with the performance of our Olympic team.
Right.
And we talk about sport in general and about parental support in that sense. So tell me the names of the players, and then we're going to get to parents' involvement.
Okay.
And the name, in fact, the name and the parents' name.
Well,
I want to get the parents to know.
Of course, it's extremely
without
important.
that support,
especially in development, you need the support of parents, because of course they are children and they're working for their own money. So there's no way they can do this all by themselves. So we are grateful for that. So we have Mr. Akim Duncan. Akim Duncan is from Bethel. He also goes to Signan Hill Secondary School.
Big up Bethel.
Akim's father is Jamil, aka Akim Smokey Duncan. His mother is Kenisha Scotland.
Fantastic. Right? Big up to the parents there.
Then we have Jaden Marcelle.
Right. Marcelle. That's a song familiar there, boy. Is that Marcelle, boy?
It's in the veins. But Jaden Marcelle, his father is Richard Marcelle.
Right.
Jaden is also a student of Signal Hill Secondary School.
Right.
Then we have Mr. Jemiah Gibbs. Jemiah Gibbs.
Which two Marcelle? Or Marcelle? So you mentioned his father. Mother. Go ahead.
Yes. Betty. Sorry about that. Betty. I can't remember Betty's surname.
No problem. But people know she has Betty.
Yes, Betty. Wonderful Betty.
Yeah.
And then we have Jemiah Gibbs, also a student of Signal Hill Secondary School. Mr. Jeremy Gibbs and his mother Khadijah Alfred. We also have Kyan Anderson. His mother, Crystal Wilson Anderson, and his father, Rodney Anderson. He's also a student of Signal Hill Secondary School. And then we have, last but not least, Jaden Anthony. His father is Dyke Anthony. His mother is Shiris Anthony. He's a student of Bishop's High School.
Yeah, and you know why I asked you about naming the parents, and you were able to list every one of them. It says a lot about your academy and the closeness that you guys have. And I'm sure it's a family nature that you try to incorporate with that club.
Yes, of course. That's one of our slogans, though. Ball Blasters Youth Academy, more than a football club.
Yeah.
We are a family.
Yeah.
You need to create an environment where the players are comfortable, not just in playing football, but outside of football, where you can, create that social feel as though you're home, and when you come to training, you don't want to leave because it's so much fun. The environment is conducive for development. And we stress on that a lot. And here we are for today to see that our boys could, be a part of a national team, which is, I think, is history in the making. I'm not sure if this has ever happened before in any team. I'm not sure if it happened in the girls. I feel so, because the girls have been doing well over the years. But for a boys team or male to have 5 players from Tobago in the national team, I think that's a commendable feat. But again, all thanks and praise be unto God.
Yeah, of course, and I say commendable. It's big news, because obviously there's a perception when it comes to national teams, not just in football, but throughout the sporting infrastructure in Trinidad and Tobago. But Tobago, when it comes to selection, we don't get our fair share in that sense. I mean, so what do you think would have contributed to 5 players from Tobago, 5 players from the Ball Blasters Academy getting selected on a national team?
Well, first of all, you want to give kudos to the coach, Denzel Theobald. Because, when you look at the top international teams and you look at the World Cup team, let's say Spain, majority of the players will come from Barcelona, Real Madrid, Atletico Madrid, because they're the top clubs.
The top clubs, yes.
Right? So now you have a coach who selected 9 out of the 20 players are from 2 clubs, City FC, Ball Blasters Youth Academy.
City FC from Port of Spain.
That's right.
That's from Port, right?
But here's what.
Yeah.
Those 2 teams participated in the Champs of the Republic Cup, where Ball Blasters and City FC reached the final. So based on that, you are saying the 2 top teams in Tobago captured the majority of the selection, and I think that is something wonderful. So the coach is doing his job because he was there at the finals, where of course, thankfully, Ball Blasters became the first Tobago team in quite some time to capture a national title. But those 5 boys, Marcus, let me tell you something about those boys. If today's Sunday and I'm home relaxing, I'm sitting in, I say, hey, I feel like going to the beach, and I will post a message in the players chat. They say, boys, hey, let's go to the beach now. Bet your bottom dollar
they are there.
They are there. If 10 players show up, 5, if 6, 5, these boys always make time to play football, and they're always sweating. But I want to make special mention to one of those players, Downy Marcelle, because he's the youngest out of the bunch. He's 13 years this year, but he's more humble, quiet.
What position?
Midfield. And he has been doing really, really well. I am expecting great things from all of them, but Downy Marcelle in particular was really outstanding in the training sessions.
And tell me about the positions of the other players.
Well, you have Cayenne as a right back, Jaden Anthony as a centre forward, Akim Duncan as a midfielder, and Jemiah Gibbs as a left forward.
Yeah, and I don't want to put pressure on you, right? Can we see all 5 players starting?
Well, again, it's up to the coach, Marcus. I mean, you would love to see that in a realistic world, but the team is well balanced, and it have a lot of quality players on the team. Now, if that happens, I think we stand a very good chance of winning.
I like it, and of course, this is an opportunity for the entire public, Tobago and Trinidad. But Tobago especially to go out there and support not only the 5 Tobago players, but the national team in that sense. But we in Tobago have added incentives.
Yeah, but to be honest, if I am selecting the team as a coach, I don't think all 5 of my boys will start the team. I like to be honest,
But they're going to get some playing time.
No, they will play. I know for sure, because let me say kudos to the staff of the national team, Coach Denzel, Coach Moore, and Johan C. they made those boys felt at home
Right.
from inception, and they treat them with so much love now. So I know whatever decision the coach make is because it's a footballing decision, and not one that he's been biased, because he have so much love for the boys.
Yes.
I must commend them for that. They really treat them really, really nice. Ever so often you see they put their hands on the shoulder to make sure, because some days with young players, young players are a bit inconsistent.
Yes.
Today they're good, they're very moody.
Yeah.
So as a coach, it's your responsibility to create an environment where the players can express themselves no matter what.
Yeah. Ambitions of getting into the national coaching system, because I mean, if it is that you are producing at this level, you prefer to stay with the Ball Blasters, or should you be called upon to represent the country in a coaching capacity? You think you'll be able to take that opportunity?
Well, I don't think that anyone will turn down the opportunity to represent the country, whether it is as a player, as a coach, as a manager. I will grasp the opportunity, but whenever that time comes, at least I'm still learning the trade, and being experienced. The experience that I have seen, with the boys, I know that there are a lot that we need to improve in Tobago, to ensure that this is not something of a one-off,
right?
But something that can be consistent. But we have been doing really, really good on this island in terms of our youth development with clubs and the coaching education. So it's only a matter of time where you will see more players, not just from Ball Blasters, Marcus, but from other clubs in Tobago making a national team. So kudos to the clubs in Tobago, all the coaches, big up yourself, and continue the hard work. We try to work together though.
but not to be greedy, you felt that the public could have gotten more selections?
To be honest, I think one more. There was one player. Well, actually, this is,
and not just from Ball Blasters, but on a Tobago, on a whole.
Yeah, well, Tobago. Of course, the chances are all there. There are these clubs in Tobago with, again, no one club will have 1,000 outstanding players, but every club in Tobago should have one player could make a national team.
Right.
You understand? But there was this. It should have been 6 though.
Right.
Should have been 6. Situation being our control, where one player had to come back home, no fault of his though. It was just some technical issues.
Okay.
And unfortunately, that child did not get the opportunity. Trust me, he would have started on that team as well.
Okay, and you don't want to mention that?
Nah, I don't think I should. Yeah, I don't think I should.
I understand.
Yeah.
And in terms of the training with the Tobago players, because there's always a situation of traveling back and forth. Were they in camp for a particular period of time in Trinidad, or how did that work out for them?
Well, let me first highlight Coach Imani Forbes. Let me highlight Shiri's Anthony. Let me also highlight our manager, Crystal Wilson, because we had to always be in Trinidad, sometime for a week, away from your family, because the boys, they need a chaperone there, because of the safeguarding issue, and at the home of football they stayed. So Ball Blasters had a member in Trinidad with them all the time, to ensure that they are well taken care of.
That's really,
it's a sacrifice that we made for the players, and I know the parents are grateful for that, because it's not easy. Listen, there's a system, Marcus, that we need to change. I don't ever blame no coach, because there isn't any proper system in place for when players coming from Tobago, to represent a national team. I guess sometimes maybe that is why we may struggle a little bit, because of course, we have to go back and forth, and it can be quite costly. So again, we have a new administration now at the TTFA, and they have a lot of wonderful ideas. So I hope that when they are pushing out all these wonderful ideas, that they remember Tobago and ensure that there's a good system in place to ensure the players in Tobago get the opportunity.
Fantastic. And this should be easy on a national coach, in that, because as a national coach and in charge of especially development of football in Trinidad and Tobago, because I'm not suspecting, but I can see this national team, this under 14 team, probably 10 years down the road, these are the players that will be representing the national team, the senior team. So it starts with the Denzel tier ball and the under 14 or the youth program in that sense.
Yes.
It must be easy on Denzel and his management when you have a system as Ball Blasters and City FC, academies throughout Trinidad and Tobago, that, I mean, you put in the work in terms of Saturday mornings, Sunday mornings, and you have a number of players coming there to learn football, the fundamentals. And I mean, Denzel can just get up one morning and say, hey, let me go buy Ball Blasters, or let me go buy Jarek Titans, let me go buy somebody and see what they are doing. And you can pick players from there instead of probably creating some kind of tournament where sometimes a player may not be at his best. But when you have a consistent program as Ball Blasters and CTFC and all the academies, and as you mentioned, kudos to all the academies, not just in Tobago, but throughout Tobago. It must be easy on Denzel and his team to identify players and pick players.
Yes. When you have a wonderful program, it makes it easier for the coach.
Yeah.
When the players come into the system and they understand the game, with the knowledge of the game, and the technical abilities. I mean, that's coach's dream, right?
Yeah,
so
of course.
It makes the training session easier, you know. Yeah. So instead of focus on trying to tell you, well, you have to take the ball like this. No, you do system, you do system of play because the boy is already at that level. So it's easier for the coach, you know.
That's
makes the job
fantastic.
easier.
So let's talk a bit about the tournament and why should Tobago come out and support from tomorrow. As I said, not just the Tobago players, but the national team. Have you followed the format of the competition? What do you expect of the national team?
I really think that we can win this tournament at that age group, U14. I don't think there will be much difference in terms of what the other Caribbean teams could come with, because at U14 we're still in the development stage.
Yeah.
So we have a good shout. I've seen the team train. I've seen the work that the coach put in with the boys, and I'm expecting great things. I believe that we can win this tournament. So Tobago, we also need to create the environment, because of course you always talk about the 12th man, which is the fans, not the referees, the fans. Because in some instances the fans become 13th because of course the referee is the 12th man. But
I like that one.
But in this instance, Tobago, your energy, which we always have this vibrant island that people love to come, and we could make noise. So come out and support not just the boys from Tobago, but the national team. Wear your red. If you don't have red, wear your black. If you don't have black, wear your white. If you don't have either, go by D2 and buy a jersey.
I like that one.
Yes.
And have you seen training sessions of the team, right?
Yes.
I mean, what can we expect? Can we expect an attacking team, a team that will sit and counter? What do we can expect?
Yeah, we're gonna expect some fast playing football, because the coach, you know, he stresses on the speed of play.
Yeah.
And you know, there are some outstanding players that, you know, I have known over the years, and there's Richardson, and then we have Reagan and these boys from CTFC.
Right.
So the players that the coach select, and you know, on this team, I'm expecting some fireworks. I think over the years, based on how, you know, we have seen youth football and senior football, I think Jamaica might be our biggest challenge. I've never seen them, but we know how the Jamaicans, when it comes to Trinidad and Tobago across the board and Jamaica, there's just this automatic rivalry.
There's an yes.
That's right. But I am expecting great things from all those boys who put in their hard work to make this team, because it's a dream come true, man.
Yes.
Many of us dreamt of making a national team. So I never made a national team as a player.
Right.
But for me to give these players the opportunity to make the national team, that is destiny fulfilled.
Yeah, fantastic. And you know what's the best thing about this tournament happening in Tobago here? It's free. It's free. You know, a man ain't want to pay $10 or $20. You can just walk in. Yeah. So come with the vibes. And as Downy mentioned, if you don't have a red jersey, go by Dito. I mean, something red, wave a flag or something, but we want to be the 12th man, because we don't want to refer the player part. As you mentioned, there's sometimes we refer to play 12 man. But this time we wanted the fans to be the 12th man. To get out there and support youth football. I mean, it's a what do I say? A new dawn in Trinidad and Tobago's football. We have a new president.
That's right.
And we are trying our very best to start from now. This is the age group in every sport. On a 14, well, whatever, if it started on a 9, the age group that will, especially when it comes to teenagers, as you mentioned, sometimes they're very moody. You see, this age group is a very, very critical age group, and you don't want the talent that we have in Trinidad and Tobago to go to waste.
That's right.
So I'm happy that you know, they have been given the opportunity to test their talents against regional counterparts in that sense.
Right.
And you know where you are. Then I'm sure you will be watching at your players to see how technical they are. If it is that all that you exactly.
That's right.
Exactly. So Tobago, get out there and support our youngsters. Get out there and support them. It's free. And the matches are starting 4:30
and 6:30. And it so happened that based on the fixtures, all our matches are at 6:30. But you still want to come out though. You still want to come out, you know, and I mean, give the younger players of your clubs the opportunity to see, you know, a regional tournament.
Yeah.
You know, we are accustomed to these local tournaments. Come and see some quality. I'm expecting good football from other countries as well, because not only Trinidad and Tobago, you know, we are investing in development across the Caribbean, you know.
Yeah.
But Marcus, before we go, I always like to mention the Ball Blasters Youth Academy, hard-working staff in the back.
Yes, man, I like that.
Not just our coaches, but of course our executive teams. Because we have a host of coach, you know, coaches in the club, you know, Joel Sampson, Coach Kwesi Sandy, our goalkeeper coach, Rondell, Lishon, Nickel, Imani Forbes. You see Imani Forbes, Jaden Richardson, Jermaine Morgan, and stuff like that. So
it's a team, an entire team.
It is important to have the support of others for development.
Yes.
The one-man show that gone out.
I like
that outdated.
So even though we are seeing you here this morning, you are here representing the entire academy with a support system.
That's right.
And I'm sure they are viewing this
well, I would like to believe
interview.
So to all the staff and coaches of Ball Blasters Youth Academy that bought into this vision of this crazy boy here, because a visionary is a man who is crazy, because sometimes the things that you are seeing, others don't. They buy into it and they go with faith and they hope. So I want to say special thanks to them for the support over the years. Trust me, sometimes leading up to tournaments, Marcus, we train every day.
Yes.
And these staff members, they are there willingly. Sometimes they come straight from work and they come down there to ensure that the boys are. Because when I go to training, Marcus, I don't look for water, I don't look for ice. These parents, these
you are just
staff
focused on coaching.
That's right. And they will come down there and everything is in place.
Very, very important.
You know, and even sometimes we go to games. When I go to games, Marcus, I don't even know who does organize uniform in terms of all I know. U14 team, they come dressed, water by the side of the field, bibs there. We go to tournaments, you know, the teams clashing. My staff always work at Ball Blasters.
But that's how the system should work.
Yes.
That's how the system should work, because you don't want to be burdened as a coach with all of the feelings in that sense. And I really want to big up the parents and of course your team for giving you that support, and of course for you guys creating the atmosphere to make it, you know, work their weekends off to come down there and put in all the work, and not just weekends, but when you have tournaments and training throughout the week, in that sense. But I mean, because I was reading as well, this under 14 team is prep for our national under 17 team, for the World Cup qualifiers, and there's a high performance center in Trinidad. Do you see the need for one in Tobago with all the academies that we have as well?
There is a high performance in Tobago as well, you know? Yeah, there's a high performance in Tobago. I think their training days are on Mondays and Wednesdays at the Dwight York Stadium training ground. Right. So, but again,
we're gonna talk more about that. But just viewers, just giving you an idea of what's gonna take place from tomorrow, right? We have a number of teams from around the region in Trinidad and Tobago.
That's right.
But Trinidad and Tobago, the national team, they are playing here in Tobago. So from tomorrow, just Saturday, we have St. Kitts and Nevis up against Jamaica. That's the first game at 4:30 p.m.
Right.
And then we're gonna have Trinidad and Tobago taking on Aruba at 6:30. And then on Sunday, it's Aruba versus Jamaica. And then our second game will be against St. Kitts and Nevis. That's Trinidad and Tobago. And then on Monday, St. Kitts and Nevis versus Aruba. And then Trinidad and Tobago will take on Jamaica. That's a big one on Monday at 6:30. And then we're going to have some playoffs on Tuesday. And I'm also told that the grand final will be taking place right here in Tobago, right here
Look
Stadium.
in the bottom of the screen there.
So fingers crossed. And of course, all prayers go up there that the Trinidad and Tobago team, they get to the final, and we're going to have a grand time here in Tobago. So something to look forward to, Tobagonians and Trinidadians, because obviously Tobago Updates Television, we are obviously nationally. So get out there in Tobago. It's free. Your favorite word, Tobagonians. Your favorite word, free and food. Right? Obviously we have concessionaires there. They can get food, but I'm not sure if the food is free. But you're gonna get in free. Go out there and support every single player, not just the 5 Tobago players, but our national team. We need it, and we need the support. And of course, if we win this, we get more players from Tobago get involved in that national under 17 team.
I believe so.
Guys, we're gonna leave it there, Donny. I want to thank you so much for being here this morning. I want to commend you and your team, and of course all the academies. Not because they don't have anyone on the national team, but continue doing what you are doing, and we can continue tuning on players from Tobago for our national team. This weekend we have great ways also on tomorrow, and of course check out the ALN Academy Cricket Academy at Caravan. It comes on in tomorrow at the Shore Park Recreational Ground, 9 a.m. to 12 noon. And of course I want to apologize for not having Mr. Theobald here this morning. Busy man. I know that they have a training session sometime today. I know that Shore Park also is a training ground down. I'm not sure if it's open to the public to go out and see how the guys are doing down there. But yeah, lots happening this weekend where sport is concerned. All right. Thank you guys so much for tuning in this morning to the Big Updates Sporting segment. I'm going to show you guys over to Natalie for Good Morning Tobago. But of course, don't forget to share the live, share the live, share the live.